Hey everybody, it's me, Alex Garcia, aka the C.O.G, bringing you not the week's picks, but the month's picks, right? We got major previews here for August 2026. It's going to be a great month, another great month of new books that are coming out. We're here to tell you the books you need to pick up. And as always, we don't do anything here alone. I got my man Russ. Russ, you want to introduce yourself?
It's great to be back, guys. This is Russ. This is the King of Hearts. I'm always love doing these previews because it gets me to look ahead a little bit at what fun things do I have to look forward to in just a few weeks' time. And I think we got some good ones today, Alex.
We have some great ones. It's always good to work with the King of Hearts, the El Ren de Corazones. I love it. I always love to have you on the show because you have a passion for comics like I do, like everybody here does. And because we talk about what's coming out, we put that passion out there to make sure you guys are walking into your LCSs, or if you have to, get it digitally, or maybe get it further down the line when you get to watch this episode, maybe even later on. We also get to revisit these things in that later on we get to say, see, we told you to pick up this book and you missed it. Now you got to get the trade, or God forbid, you got to go to that dreaded, you know, bay by the sea with some letters in it or something and get it in that horrible way. So we try to avoid that. So listen to our picks because honestly, I want to say about 95% of our picks are the way to go. So let's get right to it. Russ, what do you got at the top of your list, baby?
All right. So originally I wasn't going to pick this book because I've done it on here a little already, but just the concept of this issue, I had to talk about this one today. And I'm talking about Batman Superman World's Finest number 54, of course, written by the wonderful Mark Waid, who, if you didn't hear our interview with him, definitely go give that a listen. It was awesome to
Mhm.
talk to him. Arts by Bruno Frenda, with the cover by, of course, Dan Mora, who's always delivering some fantastic work. But the reason why I wanted to talk about with this issue is I'm gonna read the little solicit they have for it real quick. Batman, Superman, and their fellow Justice Leaguers are forced to compete in hell for the souls of all humanity. Okay, natural. Sounds like a good comic fight. Sounds like we're going to see some cool stuff in the wildest baseball game of all time.
I
So, you guys tell me, what does Batman and Superman and the Justice League playing baseball against what I'm going to assume is demons in hell for the fate of all humanity look like? I don't know, but I'm ready to see it. And look at it. I mean, look at that, right? Look at that cover. That
I
is
love it.
why we love comics, right? Why what is going on in that picture? I don't know, but I want to be there and I want to see it. And with how good World's Finest has been since the jump, and I cannot and I write this on all my reviews for it. I insist on it whenever I talk to this book with people. This book has been amazing since issue number one because Mark Waid understands what he's writing, understands the vibe, understands these characters, and he delivers on every level I could want every time. Right now they're in Skartaris, and it's like we don't see Skartaris a lot in DC right now. It's something that doesn't pop
Nope.
up all the time. Some people might not even know what Skartaris is when I'm just saying that, but even better, check it out. The concepts running through this book are great. The storylines are great, and now we got Batman and Superman playing baseball in hell. I don't know what else you could want, man.
You got me with baseball. I completely missed the solicitation. You know me, I always have my physical copies of the solicitations. They're here, they're everywhere. I missed that cover. I love Dan Mora. I love baseball. I'm picking up this
It all
issue.
just comes together.
Even,
Yeah.
even even if it's the only issue of World's Finest I ever pick up because I own three or four issues, I will pick up that one just for that cover. Superman holding a baseball bat, looking like my man Aaron Judge, looking like he's about to hit number 62. I'm all there for it. And of course, it's written by our friend Mark Waid. It's definitely going to be a good book. This is not the final issue of the series, right?
Oh no. We're
Okay,
still going. No, we're
good.
still going for a while
Then
now.
let's
Yeah.
keep it. Then let's keep that book going.
Please.
It's been a great book. It has that old school flavor in the new
Yeah.
school era, and that's what Mark
It's,
Waid does.
it's probably like if you were introducing someone to like these characters for the first time and they're like, "Hey, I haven't really read a Superman or a Batman book. I'm trying to get into these things." I'm not even kidding. It's probably one of the best books you could give someone, even from that first issue, or even just jumping on with different storylines, being like, "This is how these characters should be presented," or
Mhm.
like, "This is such a great way to present who these characters are." And you get like we've seen Bizarro, Alex, Joker, every villain that you could imagine has been in these books since the jump. Like it's great, and Mark Waid's doing an awesome job. Like I could read 150 issues of this book with Mark Waid and never get bored. It's that good.
I hope he stays on the book that long.
Me
Yeah,
too.
this is a great first pick. It's going to be hard to follow it up. I mean, my first pick is someone we've dealt with quite a bit, and I'm hoping they finally get it right because it's been a long time since they got him right. We got Miles Morales, Spider-Man, number one, brand new creative team, Brian Hill, along with I'm trying to remember the artists' names, Nico Leon and De Leandro on the art. I hope because Brian Hill's coming off of his great Ultimate Black Panther. Did you read any of the Ultimate books?
I read Ultimate Spider-Man, but besides that, I was kind of like I read so much during the week. I don't always have the time, but Ultimate
I
Spider-Man was
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man was
yeah,
great, but Black Panther is also definitely worth the read. Brian Hill killed it on that book, and with them slapping his name on Miles Morales, along with this absolutely gorgeous cover art and some of
it's
the
great.
interiors, I cannot wait. I'm not even so much worried about what's happening in the book because Miles, to me, he's carrying a whole film trilogy right now. So how can he not be carrying a solid book?
Oh,
Cody, Cody,
100%.
Cody Ziegler, I believe, wrote the previous run. It was pretty good. A couple other people have Solid and Ahmed had a solid run, but nothing has been as big as the Bendis run ever since he stopped. It kind of his book has kind of waxed and waned. I'm hoping Brian Hill can do a fantastic job with Miles and take him to that next level and keep him on a book that will last at least 50 issues. I truly believe
Please.
he can do it.
I hope so. And like you're saying, Miles is the anchor of what some people would argue are two, not of the, but the greatest superhero movies produced. And there's an argument to be made that Into the Spider-Verse, the original one, like that is a perfect superhero film. And it's crazy how it's funny. Normally, the movies get the heroes a little jiffy and a little wrong
Mhm.
sometimes, and the comics is where we can expect there to be this consistent look at them and who they are. But in Miles's case, like you're saying, movies has been spectacular from the jump, but the comics have been very like this, right? And
Mhm.
now you finally hope that Marvel's been, they've been having a nice upswing recently, and this is coming from someone who definitely reads more DC, but I'm
Mhm.
loving a lot of stuff Marvel's putting out, and this could just be another feather in their cap recently if they can get Miles to have this consistently, excuse the pun, amazing book, right?
I
So
love it.
we'll see as it goes, but I hope so because he's such an amazing character and everything he's in. Like I'm reading Ultimate Impact Reborn right now, and it's he's one of the main he's driving one of the main plot lines in this
Yep.
book, and like he's a character whenever he pops up, I love it.
Right.
So I hope he gets his day in the sun
I,
finally.
I love that you brought up Chris Condon's killing it on that Impact
Yeah,
book, even before he did the Incursion miniseries. All these things show how great Miles can be, but for some reason it still feels like he's the B or C class Spider-Man, which I feel like Marvel really wants him to be like the A+1 or A.1, so to speak, to
right.
Peter. I believe Marvel really wants it to feel like, look, you can either read Peter or you can read Miles. And I love that because I don't even think DC's doing that. They tried for a while with Superman and Jonathan, his
Yeah.
son, and it seems like that waned. And now he's showing up in one of the Superman books, but it's not the same. I want to be able to look at the newsstand and like my son, for him, Spider-Man is Miles Morales. So I
Yeah.
would love that I'm picking up Peter, oh, you're picking up Miles. That's the way it should be. And I would love that. I believe Brian Hill can do it. And it just Marvel, if it doesn't sell well in the beginning, let it go at least 12 issues and let it
Please.
rock.
Yeah.
Let it
Let
rock.
it
Let it rock.
breathe. Let it breathe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Speaking of breathing though, what's your second pick?
All right. Second pick. So I was very disappointed in this one after the first issue. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
Second issue though, banger. And
Okay.
that's why I'm recommending this third issue to everybody because of how the second issue redeemed the first. And this is, of course, we can't go a podcast here without talking about the main man himself, Godzilla. And this comic I'm going to talk to you about is Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater presents Roar of the Worlds. That's right, Roar of the Worlds. So, Godzilla is continuing his literary mashups We've already dealt with Romeo and Juliet. We got the Odyssey, and now Godzilla clashes with the War of the Worlds, the classic story when the aliens come to
Oh,
Earth. The aliens come to Earth. One of the most, I guess, impactful sci-fi. Yeah, amazing,
oh
right?
my
Look at the
God.
covers. Look at the covers. Yeah, like one of
It's
the
awesome.
most impactful sci-fi stories of all
Hmm.
time because when it was originally on the radio as a radio serial, people thought the world was actually under
Yes.
attack.
Hmm.
Because if you're just flipping the dial on, excuse me, back in the day, and the first thing you hear is a news broadcast saying there's aliens everywhere, we're all
Yeah.
gonna die. People are legitimately freaking out, right?
Yeah.
And now you combine this timeless story, we've seen this in the movies a bunch of times, the one with Tom Cruise, we've seen it in other ways too,
Hmm.
but now you're combining what was is basically one of the OG alien films
Yeah.
with the OG kaiju himself.
That's right.
Look, the Odyssey was awesome with Godzilla. Romeo and Juliet, meh.
Meh.
This one, aliens, Godzilla, warfare, lasers, rampaging. I feel like you can't mess this one up. And I'm very excited to see what Kyle Baker, the writer, does with it. He's also illustrating it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And I'm also looking forward to Tom Scioli's continuing Godzilla and Robin Hood, which has been a small story featured in the back of all these issues
Oh,
as we've been
really?
going. Yeah, so it's been like I love Godzilla, and I'm very happy that after the first issue, this series has managed to be what I thought it was going to be. So, I mean, the art is going to be great. The story, the art you never have to worry about with this. It's the
Right.
story. Will it be crazy enough? I'm hoping so. Godzilla and aliens, let's do
Listen,
it.
I love how in recent times we've been getting these great mashups. But quick fast, speaking of mashing things, this is a perfect time for you to mash that like button, mash subscribe, and mash a couple keys in the board and drop a comment. Let us know if we're too wacky or too nutty, or we're just making bad picks or great picks. Let us know. But this mashup of Godzilla and War of the Worlds, yes, the Kyle Baker series has been fun. Just the covers alone, seeing Godzilla with Romeo and Juliet, seeing Godzilla doing the Odyssey, now seeing Godzilla perfectly fighting those giant, arachnid type aliens.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
perfect. I think Godzilla's not going to even realize he's in another world. He's just going to be like, oh, are you Mothra's kid? Are you Rodan's buddy? Like, what's
Where are
going
you
on?
from?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What radioactive thing caused you? Oh, you're from space. Great. Where's Space Godzilla? This is gonna be a perfect mashup. I hope he doesn't end the fight too quickly because all he has to do is introduce oxygen to these aliens and they die
Yeah,
apparently,
that's
right?
it's all over. Yeah, yeah.
So hopefully they got some like Godzilla proof armor or something somehow. This is good stuff. This is why comics are made. You want
Right?
to make fun
That's
stuff.
why.
It's fun, wacky, crazy, off the wall things that, God forbid, is actually well written and entertaining. I mean, and we have a very trustworthy person here with that because Russ reviews all these books, and he said it himself. He loved the Odyssey one, but he
The
didn't like
Odyssey was fantastic.
the
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet
Yeah.
one wasn't so good. But because it's an anthology series, issue number three
Right.
might be a great one again.
And even cooler, each of these three issues now will be written by a different person. So I think that's really cool
Oh,
too. Different takes, different looks at this stuff,
so
right?
Kyle Baker
And
hasn't written all these
no,
issues.
this is his first one. Yeah, this is his first one on the
Oh, I like
yeah,
it.
because I like the fact because you get to see what different how even different people feel about see this creature in terms of its own series. Like I believe the Odyssey was written by Frank Thierry. Yeah, and the art
Okay.
was by Elias Kuriazi. So yeah, they've had different creative teams
I
throughout. But yeah, just really cool stuff. And like at the end of the day, right? This is like you were saying, Alex. This is something that a TV show of this we might never see. A movie with
no.
this. I can't even imagine trying to sell a concept like this in the movies to
No.
somebody.
No.
But comics give us a space where not even just Godzilla with War of the Worlds, but there's a comic right now, Godzilla and Sonic. Like
Yes.
there's
Comes out
we
this
just
week.
finished. Yeah, it comes
At the
out this
time of
week.
the recording, it comes out this week.
This week we've seen Godzilla versus Kong and the Justice League. We've seen Godzilla right now. He's rampaging throughout the Marvel universe while Doctor
Yep.
Doom gets a team of multiversal Godzillas to get together
Yes.
to fight him in the Marvels crossover. Like
Love it.
Godzilla is everywhere, and not only one movie coming out soon, but we get it -0 in the fall, and we get
Yes.
supernova in the spring.
And then
So two more.
I think we get season 3 of the show as well. Is that
Something like that
yeah.
soon. Yeah, Monarch. I mean, the
Yeah.
guy's everywhere, and I love that there's been this like I guess since like Gareth Edwards' film in like 2014, we've seen this massive
Yes.
Godzilla renaissance.
Hmm.
And this book is just a piece of that kind of giant machine, and I'm really glad it exists.
Awesome. Great stuff. Let's keep it going. My number 2 pick, I'm jumping over to DC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, right? I
And
keep
if you know
DC.
Alex, this is a big deal.
This is a big deal. I am not the DC guy, but DC, I don't know if you can see behind me, I happily have Deathstroke number 1 on my shelf right now. Deathstroke has been in the comic as well as on sales, killing it. It's a great book. So much so that I want to keep getting sucked into DC. I'm looking for things that to pull me in. This one jumped right out of me for numerous reasons. It's next level one shot number 1.
Okay.
Like, okay, I'm thinking it's gonna just be short stories. It's not. It's gonna be all about everybody's favorite assassin over in DC anyway. We got the whole book about Deadshot. Okay, Will Smith tried his best. He portraying this character in the movies.
I liked the guy who played him on an Arrow a little bit.
Yes,
That
that
should
was.
people will say what they want about Arrow, and I understand. I saw the whole thing too,
You saw the
but
whole
some
thing.
of the, yeah, I stuck with it the whole way through.
I couldn't do
Yeah,
it. I couldn't do it.
but the guy
But
that plays
I give me
Deadshot in
props.
Arrow is pretty good.
Quick, I'm gonna. But give me props. I did make it through all of Smallville, and I have happily watched all of Smallville multiple times. But anyway, but yeah, Arrow I couldn't do. But I did like Deadshot on that show. Conceptually, Deadshot is a fun character, and this one shot it seems because I don't think this is going to be an ongoing series. Is being written by Jerry Duggan and drawn by Fernando Blanco. It says the deadliest assassin in DCU history. Oh my God, in DCU history, goes to the next level and uncovers a conspiracy that will change everything. Writer Jerry Duggan, who I'm excited to see jump from Marvel to DC because I'm not familiar with anything he's written with DC. He did a pretty good job with
He's
Marvel.
writing that. It's so funny you bring him up because he's writing that insane Godzilla crossover in Marvel right now.
Oh, he is.
He
Oh,
just
see, okay,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
He is doing that, but he was doing
yeah,
like some X books for a while, and he did like some
yeah.
other Marvel books. But that's like I think the only thing he's doing with Marvel right now is that crazy Godzilla stuff, right? And I don't even think he's done all of it. But anyway,
Yeah.
this
Anyway, yeah. Go ahead.
sounds interesting, and it looks like it's gonna have a lot of fun characters guest starring in it, a fun story because who doesn't like a story where the guy's got to go through some crazy Assassin's Creed type nonsense to try to kill one person, right? That's what they're going to put Deadshot here through. And if this helped me learn more characters in DC and get more information on these characters to pull me further into that world, then by all means, DC, do it. You've been doing it with Deathstroke. You did it a little bit with me with Lobo. Clayface. Oh my God, Clayface was so freaking good. Superman Unlimited and all these other like little DC books that I've been collecting are pulling me more and more into the world. So DC, just keep doing that. And besides the absolute, well, I'm pretty much collecting all the absolute stuff. DC's on fire. So I'm gonna pick this up. I recommend you pick it up. What do you
That's
got?
awesome. That's awesome. And I mean, to your point, right? When you introduce, even if it's one shot, no matter what it is, you want to welcome people into the universe.
Hmm.
You want to tell a nice centralized story about a character, but you also want to put the little breadcrumbs out there like, oh, what's he talking about there? What happened with that? What's this guy doing over here? So to get people into your universe and get to care about it, I mean, I love it. Then that book did its job, and I love
Yep.
hearing that.
Yes, sir.
And all right, number three. So this one means this very near and dear to me. It's why I wanted to save it to last year.
It
It,
must be a Captain America book.
I do. Hey, I have definitely come around on the new guy. I like Colton a lot.
Okay.
I
Okay.
like him a lot. Oh my God, we could talk about that for hours, but we're not. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about this right now. In August, we get issue number 10, the series finale of Philip Kennedy Johnson's nightmarish Infernal Hulk. Don't worry, everybody, it's not going away. As PKJ and Nick Klein have
Hmm.
explained on social media, there will be a bunch of one shots leading up to what is being called, I believe, Hulk War Infernal Rage, which is starting in 2027. Infernal Hulk, this one specific part of his multi-chapter story, as he likes to say it. Also, check out our interview with PKJ from earlier this year. He was
Yep.
awesome, and so a little birdie told me he might be back soon.
I
So
don't know.
be on
I
the
don't know.
lookout for
Might
that.
be.
Yeah,
Get out of here,
be
Bert.
on the lookout for that. Yeah, but if there is any comic month to month if I that I've been that I legitimately look forward to and love spending my time with and look at the pages and more than anything, like Infernal Hulk has been rock solid since it
Mhm.
started. Like I know there's people that feel a certain way about this super dark monstrous Hulk, but like this whole thing has been building from Al Ewing's Immortal to
Mhm.
PKJ's original run on Incredible Hulk to Infernal to what these one shots are going to look like with all
Yeah.
these fights that are coming
Oh
to
yeah.
the Hulk War that's coming next. All of this has been building for now. You could look at this as kind of like a 6, 7 year kind of thing, maybe even longer. I don't remember when. Yeah, there we go. When Immortal Hulk started, but like I love this world that Al Ewing kind of started it, and PKJ took the baton and ran with it in terms of this more monstrous, nightmarish, basically horror feature with the Incredible Hulk. And what has happened in Infernal so far? I've never seen a more violent version of this character. I've
Yeah.
never seen a more like this is completely the morality is gone, right?
Yeah.
This is the Avengers and the Marvel Universe's worst nightmare. And it doesn't seem like this is going to get any better for them considering we have an entire war coming up in just a few months. So, I don't know what exactly he's got cooking for this. But all I know is why he's given me no reason not to trust him that however this chapter of his series ends, it's going to be something that's going to be, again, excuse the pun, incredible.
Listen, listen. I'm a big fan of Philip Kennedy Johnson. You and I and the Don, we happily sat
Yeah,
down and had a great conversation with Philip. And because of that conversation, I was not collecting Infernal Hulk. I went out and got all the issues. I've read issue 8, 9. I'm pretty sure is waiting in my box as it comes out as of this recording this week.
hell
And I
yeah, it
will
does.
also be picking up issue 10 and all those the solicitations for those one shots. We will talk about definitely in some way, shape, or form. You'll
Oh,
probably be
100%.
reviewing them, and we'll probably be
I
talking about
certainly
them in
hope so.
in the previews. Yeah, the series is so unbelievably off the wall. It's so glorious in its violence, but at the same time, you feel for this character that even though he's tortured and at this point he's unabashedly is not forgivable, you still sit there and go, but how's the Hulk gonna rebound from this? At least to me.
That's it. That's it, right? Because that's the question that has been driving this book from issue one since the end of the Incredible Hulk
Mhm.
run last year. How will the Hulk overcome this?
Yeah,
And for those people not reading it right now, long story short, the Hulk is not in possession of his own body, and
yeah,
Bruce Banner is not the Incredible Hulk. The Hulk's body is currently being possessed by basically what you could consider the mother of all monsters and
yes.
horror on Earth. And I cannot wait to see. And again, after Infernal ends, we have Infernal Hulk versus Wolverine, Infernal Hulk versus Fantastic Four, Infernal Hulk versus Spider-Man, and Infernal Hulk versus the Avengers. Each September, October, starting in September, we get these
Yeah.
four one-shots, and I can't wait to see like with how much fighting and the crazy stuff that's happening in this book. What do 4 books of this look like? Where the plot of the book is just violence and beating things up. Like what's gonna happen now? Like you're telling
I
me that all
mhm.
of this was you're telling me that this book, which again has had its fair share of insane fights and all and
Yeah.
to its own right, now we're getting 4 straight issues of just scraps. Bring it on. Bring it on.
It reminds me a lot, and it's not a copy in any way of what happened with World War Hulk when Hulk got back and he was
Oh
basically
yeah.
targeting certain people. Like he went after Black Bolt, he went after Charles Xavier, he went after the X-Men, he went after all these things
Hell yeah.
individually. But it seems like this time they're coming at him.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm hoping we get some major ramifications. And we have spoilers. I believe in the last issue we found out that as of right now, there's no going back for Bruce,
Oh
right?
yeah. There is no going back for Bruce, which was one of the biggest plot revelations we've
Mm-hmm.
gotten so far in Infernal. He finally came out of his fog. He's like, all right, you know what? I really should go help. Well, yeah, duh, you should have been doing that since the beginning. But Bruce finally goes to the Avengers in New York City. And he's like, hey guys, I'm here. Let's figure this out. And eventually, time goes by, about 2 weeks of time of Bruce being in New York. And they're like, Bruce, I think you should just turn to the Hulk again. Like Tony Stark flat asked me, he's like, I think you know what you need to do. And Bruce is like, yeah, but I can't because his body, he's been trying to absorb gamma since the day he got back to visit the Avengers,
Hmm.
and his body will not take in any gamma radiation
Right.
anymore,
So
which is crazy, crazy.
where does
And
this
yeah,
character go for me? I don't know. I'm excited. This is going to be exciting, conclusive to the series, leading into this massive fight, and then an even bigger fight,
yeah.
apparently.
Then an
So,
even bigger fight, the war, the Infernal
Infernal
Rage
War
Hulk
or
War or
something,
something.
stuff like that. Yeah.
If I'm getting it wrong, you guys know what I'm talking about. Just
Yeah.
yeah, you'll get it. But we already know whatever we're in for is going to be insane because Philip Kennedy Johnson and normally his typical artist would be Nick Klein for the Hulk books, like was on his original run.
Hmm.
Nick Klein hasn't been doing much of the art for Infernal because he said he's getting ready and
Right.
already making crazy ass art for the fights and for Infernal Rage Hulk War. So I can't wait to see what they got cooking up. I mean, it's a good time to be a Hulk fan.
Yeah.
I hope that the MCU starts treating him a little better, but that's a
Yeah.
conversation we could talk about for hours. But we got to get to Alex's last pick right now.
All right, see, my last pick is gonna feel a little less epic than that last pick. That was quite the last pick. But my last pick is a property that deserves, or probably not deserves, it gets a lot of love. But I don't think it gets the love in this medium. I'm just gonna get right to it. My last pick is Hello Kitty and Friends, Hello World, coming from IDW. Um, it has almost no solicitation, it just has a bunch of art. I
You
love
know
Hello
what?
Kitty.
I'm about it. I'm
I
about
love
it.
Hello Kitty
Yeah.
because what I believe Hello Kitty does is it envelops everybody. Everybody knows Hello Kitty. Even if you're right, the most macho of men, you know that symbol and know somebody that will like it. You know some little girl that likes it. Maybe even some boys. I'm all about kids comics. Right behind me, I'm sorry, on this side, I got Gargoyle's Darkwing Duck. I would not recommend that necessarily to the regular comic reader, but I would love to hand that to any kid. Any 8, 9, 10 year old who wants to read a comic for the first time, read something like that. Especially girls or even some boys may like this. This reminds me a lot of like Animal Crossing. Who doesn't like Animal Crossing? Who doesn't love just going out
You don't like Animal
fishing?
Crossing, you don't have a soul, man. It's
Right,
just chill.
right. And when I look at this art, it just reminds me of like, hey, Hello Kitty, with with this with in this Animal Crossing type world. And that's all that's I want someone to make a comic like this to pull in everybody. That you can put it on a desk at a dentist office, or you can put it on a kid's desk in any school, give it to even some adults. I know some adults who love Hello Kitty. It's one of the biggest properties in the world. If you watched the Toys That Made Us, that documentary on Netflix, did you watch any of those?
Fantastic, Doc. Yeah, those are really
They
good
only
too.
covered like the biggest toys in the world. One of them was Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty's on everything. It makes billions and billions of dollars. So if it can make billions of dollars for comics and get people in comic stores, then I'm all for it. Let's help this book get out there. IDW, I write IDW, I believe. Yes, IDW is putting it out. Comic shops put it at the forefront. I think most comic shops that get it right, the first thing you see when you walk into a comic shop will be a kid section because you want to hook those kids. You want to make them lifelong readers in general, but especially of
100%.
comic books. What do you think?
Yeah. Look, so when we're not in the comics, in the CBC verse, I'm a teacher out there in the world. So I see a lot of Hello Kitty and the kids, whether it's backpacks, school supplies, even like anything. Like I was telling this guy before we started, you slap her face on something like a sticker or anything, it'll sell. Anything with Hello Kitty will sell. And at the end of the day, if this is the book that is that opens the door to someone reading comics for the rest of their life, that's amazing. Like I will never ever be the person that criticizes, oh, that's a baby book. No, it's not, man. You want to read it because it interests you? Read it.
That's it.
And like for someone who maybe I might not even be talking about a kid, like you said, maybe someone that's older, it's like, hey, Hello Kitty's kind of cool. I've never really read comics. Let's see what's going on. That reads this and then it's like, hey, maybe let me give this more of a chance. It's done its job
Right.
already.
There it is.
And you want people to come back, like we always talk about this. We want people to come back into the comic stores, support your LCSs, support the medium. And if this is something that gets more people to do that, 100%, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And like she's such like a like you're saying Animal Crossing, she's just like a chill character. She's just Hello Kitty. She lives her life, she does her thing.
Hmm.
I don't see anyone who could hate on her because she's peaceful. She does
Yeah.
whatever she wants.
Yeah. I mean, like a quick side note, Archie.
Yeah,
Everybody has an Archie story they like or Archie character they like.
for
I
sure.
picked up the one-shot Archie for the 250th anniversary of this country. I bought it for myself. I brought it to my job. Everybody wanted it, whether it was because it commemorated this country or because they all had that one. I remember Archie. I love this character. I love Jughead. I love Veronica. I love Betty. They all begged me to then go back to my LCS and buy more issues of it to the point
Yeah.
where I said, "Look, they only ordered 3 copies. So now you, when he reorders it, I will tell you where the comic store's at. You're gonna
And you
go
gotta
and
go get it.
you gotta go get it yourself,
Yeah,
and you will
absolutely.
get other stuff because comics are for everybody. They're not a niche. They are a niche, but they're not. But they are not. So go to your LCS, walk the entire store, talk to somebody, and discover something. I guarantee you're gonna find something.
Absolutely.
You know?
And it's so easy, right? These days too. Like you pick up your phone, you tap an app, you buy something, it's at your door. I get it. I understand. I'm not saying I'm not a victim of doing this stuff as
Mhm.
well. But if you have the opportunity, right, and you have a little extra time in your day, take that extra whatever it might be, extra train stop, extra bus stop, little car ride, maybe a few blocks over. Go see what's up at the LCS
Mhm.
because I've I've gone to, so I worked at an LCS when I was younger. I've made some great friends through just going to LCSs and talking to people about the books that I'm picking up. The workers there, people are so genuine that work at your local comic book stores. They want to talk to you about these books because they want you to, it's a community.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, it's a community that unfortunately we've been losing a lot of people from because of capitalism is insane. But at the end of the day, if there is an LCS by you and you've never stopped in, stop in and say hi and see if there's anything that interests you. If you're a long-time customer, that's awesome. Bring someone with you that's never been next time.
Definitely.
But
Absolutely.
these are our lifeblood. And if a book like circling it all back to this, right? If a book like Hello Kitty makes you enter your LCS you never have before, make 15,000 more of them.
Damn right. Damn right. And that was just 6 of the books that we talked to you about this month, guys. These solicitations, I could have easily talked about 20 other books. I know Russ could have talked about another 20. If one day we have every member of the clique on this, it'll be an episode that goes for 12 hours. Easy.
Yeah,
That's how great comics are. Get into it. Find the book for you. You can definitely find the book for you if you check out comicbookclick.com. We review all these books we talk about and then some. We have an embarrassment of reviews on our site. We're one of the few sites that are constantly producing up to date new reviews on all these books. We even have new articles discussing old books that our buddy Frank has just started, I think, put out his first article yesterday. We have tons of hours of podcast time discussing all these old books as well. If you want to go back and learn about Daredevil, Hulk, Captain America, Superman, Batman, any indie title, I guarantee you we've covered it or covered something adjacent to it. So make sure you're hitting us up on
and if we
Spotify, Apple
haven't, and there's a
Podcasts.
book you want us to cover, or there's something you think deserves like an episode of us to let us know. Tight, after you hit that button and you like and subscribe, let us know.
That's it.
I telling you, someone on our team will want to take. Will guarantee. Will probably know it, and and like we want to make things that you guys want to see. So if there's a
Absolutely.
book we haven't discussed yet, tell us. Let's bring some attention to it. Let's see what we could do. Let's make it happen.
We got you. So make sure you hit up our website. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're on YouTube. We're on X. We're Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on every podcast platform out there: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all over the place. Make sure you check out our website. And also, if you want to help keep the lights on here because electricity is very expensive and pay for these subscriptions, hit us up at our Patreon, CBC Clubhouse, for less than a cup of coffee a month. You can help us. Okay, cups of coffee nowadays are ridiculous. God forbid you want to actual like a little bit of protein in it. Forget it.
Forget it.
You know what I mean? So if you can afford that Starbucks coffee or whatever, you can afford to throw like $3 at us to help us pay for some of this stuff and pick up more comics for us to talk about with all of you out there, guys. Thank you so much as always. Thank you, Russ, for taking the time out of your day to do this so we could talk about these comics. Guys, we're here and we're not going anywhere. We're going to be all over the place. We're even in wrestling. If you jump over to our Dirt Sheet Radio side, we're John Escudero and company. We're covering everything with wrestling. We're there. We're going to be covering. I know Russ is not going to want to hear this, but tonight we will be covering Raw. But on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're covering everything else as well,
Everything.
including what the AEW thing on
Yeah, yeah,
Wednesday.
just that thing where
Yeah.
Kenny Omega has his championship celebration this week. We
Hey,
always and
I
we
will
know.
give you props. That match was amazing. That match was amazing.
Thank you.
I,
That's all
I,
I ask.
it
Just give us
was,
a chance on
it
this
was. Oh
side,
no, I
man.
love it. I love it. I love it. I just read so many comic books. I can't watch
Oh,
every
I get it.
wrestling
I
show
get
as
it.
well. But
I
guys,
get it.
we got you covered every which way you can imagine. Thank you again, Russ. You got anything to say before we go?
Guys, it's been all right. I've been involved with CBC since the fall. It's already been the adventure of a lifetime. I love hanging out with, talking with all of these amazing people that are in our groups, recording the podcast, writing reviews. It's a genuinely like when you find something that you love to do that's your passion, it's not work. And I love
Mhm.
talking comics, writing about comics, like talking to creators, doing all this. And I hope that passion comes through for all of you, either listening, watching, whatever it might be. I really hope you understand how much all of us on this team care and want to make this as big and as
Yeah,
great as we can. And hopefully you're seeing us in some other big places someday. We can hope. And to add to Alex's point before, we have so many reviewers and we review so many different books. If you go on comicbookroundup.com that has all the reviews for all the books every week, there's some books that we are the only review and our writer is the only person that is on that book reviewing that. That's pretty special.
that's right. So if you want to know what's going on in comics, come join the clique. All right, guys. Thank you as always. What I want to say is, I'm Alex Garcia, aka the Cog.
I'm Russell Hartman, aka the King of Hearts.
And this was another great episode of Major Previews, August 2026 edition. Keep print alive, guys. Read more comics. Until next month.